All right. This video is going to be how I scaled from 20K to 150K a month in just 4 months. This went very quickly, and I'm going to go over the two most important parts of actually accomplishing this. And just for your knowledge that you're actually listening to someone who has done this, I'll quickly explain who I am. This is me speaking at one of the biggest private business schools of the Netherlands, which is where I'm from. I'm Dutch. And yeah, this is basically me. This business was the one that I completely automated and is still paying for my lifestyle every single day right now. And these are the actual numbers we did. So we were stuck at about 26K, 20K a month here. And then the first month after that, we did 38K, then 50, then 105, and then 140. Now, these last 3 months, these are not actually accurate because we collected a ton of money outside of these payment providers. So we actually went way over 140K a month. And this is also euros, right? So yeah, that's that. And I'm just going to explain exactly how I did it. First, most important thing where 90% of you are already going wrong is properly structuring your offer. And the first thing that's very important here is that your offer is not the same as your delivery. You got to understand this. Your offer is not the same as your delivery. So what's the difference? Your offer is what's communicated to the outside, and the delivery is what's communicated to the inside. So what's actually happening inside. So this is what people first see, what they build their expectations on, where they decide to do it or not do it, where they decide to work with you or not work with you. So that's all happening on the outside. And once they decided to work with you, that's when they get to the delivery, and that's the inside part. Okay. First of all, let me explain to you the delivery. Oh, by the way, this doesn't mean like that it's not the same, doesn't mean that you're going to sell something here that you're not actually going to deliver on here. Okay, it's just not the same thing. And the most important thing here is that inside, what you want to focus on with the delivery, this is actually very simple. So you want to make your delivery simple, you want to make your delivery scalable, you want to over deliver at all times, and you want to actually get quick results. Now, let me just get into this real quick. You want to keep it simple. Why do you want to keep it simple? If you got to understand it, your team got to understand it. The more simple it is, the easier it is to scale, but also the easier it is for your clients to get value out of it, right? If you have 8 different deliverables and you have tons of stuff going on and people don't know where to look and it's all very chaotic, that's just not going to work. It's not going to deliver results. So you want to keep it very simple. Okay, it's just A, B, C, boom, result. That's your offer. Next thing, obviously, scalable. You want to make it scalable in order to actually get to that 150K a month. If except for like if you sell something that's 50K, you just need to sell it 3 times and you're already there. But for most of you, you're probably anywhere between a couple $100 and maybe 10K or 20K. So you need to make your delivery scalable. Otherwise, there's no way you're going to get to that 150K a month mark. And the third thing is to over deliver. You always want to over deliver. What you want to create and where you're really going to scale like crazy is if one client, for every client you get, they recommend one, like, let's say 0.2 friends. Right? So every 1 in 5 clients recommend one person. So that means for every 5 clients, you get an extra client. So that means instead of getting 6 clients by your marketing, you actually just need to get 5 to get the exact same result. And the only way to do this is to actually over deliver. And another way that's really, 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 really important is to deliver quick results, especially if they don't expect it. So you need your clients to be very invested, and they'll be more invested if they get some type of quick dopamine hit, if they get some type of quick result that will ensure that they will stay with it, stick to the plan, but it will also ensure that the results on the long term are going to be way greater. So this is what we also noticed big time, is when we put this into the delivery, just made sure that our people were getting their first sale actually. So what this company is, to get a little bit of context in, is it's a consulting business in the Netherlands, and it's all around ecom. Okay, so these were beginners, a lot of beginners. So the main product that we sold was helping beginners start making money online, basically. And what happened was that we needed to get our clients the quickest result. So we just we just structured the shortest way, the most easy way to get the first sale. And it just needed to be a sale. Like if they're obviously it'd be nice if they were profit, etc., and if you make it scalable from the start. But we just wanted them to get that first sale, and we also really pushed this. So we were constantly telling everybody, okay, it's fine if you think it doesn't work, it's fine if you quit, but we need to make a promise that you can only quit after you made at least one sale. And then we just showed some other people who had already done it, etc., etc. So they really need to believe. If they get that first quick result, they believe it actually works, which is when they double down on it and actually really go for it, which is where the actual results come in, right? So that's really important. That it's a complete game changer. Now, back to the offer. So that's for delivery. Very simple. Just implement those things. Your delivery will be way better than it currently is if you don't implement those things right now, obviously. Now, this one is going to be a little bit more more complicated, but also it's going to be very simple. So there is four things we can tweak, and I build them into simple formulas for you to understand and to implement right away with examples, so you know exactly what to do and how it works after watching this video. Okay, so it's going to be very easy. The first thing you want to focus on is outcome manipulation. You want to show and you want to communicate that the upside is, and you also want to structure your offer in a way where the upside is always very high and the downside, so the worst possible scenario that could happen is actually as low as possible. So not as low as possible, but it doesn't hurt the people as much as possible, right? So upside up, more value, downside down, more value, right? Now I'll show you an example of this. I'll just use my own offer, what I'm currently doing, which is the following. The upside is you're going to get a consistent flow of warm leads. You're going to create steady revenue. You're going to create a self-managing team of A players, which allows you to scale. And you're going to have one clear overview where you can run your whole business. All right. It does sound amazing. It is amazing. And that's why I actually created it and why this is my offer. And now the downside, like the worst that could possibly happen, is that you improve as a business owner, that you learn a lot, that you actually will understand business on a deep level, because you're going to be working with me one on one. I always do everything one on one, which means you're actually going to be talking to me and going to be straight in contact with me. And I've scaled 3 different businesses to $1 million actually. So you're going to learn a lot, broaden your network. If you need anyone, if you're looking for anyone, I have a big network, so I can connect you to people. And the worst thing is that the worst thing that could happen is that you have no less stress. So you have the same amount of stress and you didn't make any extra money, right? That's the worst that could happen. It hasn't happened before, but that's the worst possible thing that people could think that might happen, right? So that's the first thing, outcome manipulation. The second thing, just stick with me. It's from here on out, it's going to be probably even simpler. So don't worry. Time delay. Okay, if the amount of days for the result is lower, value is higher, right? It's a very simple way this works. So if it takes longer for your clients to get the result, it's going to be less valuable in their eyes. And if it's more valuable, it's going to be more valuable when it takes less time to actually get there. Now, as an example, this is why I structured my offer like this. We implement the whole method and create a strategy in the maximum of 3 days. Usually, actually, I boiled this down to a maximum of 2 days. Normally, if you have a very big business or you have multiple businesses, it can take a little bit longer, obviously. But this does mean that in week one, your efficiency inside of your business is going to be up. Your margin is going to be up. Your output of your team is going to be up big time, and the stress is going to be down a lot as well. And this also means you're going to be making more money, right? So revenue up. Okay, this doesn't fit, whatever. So that's how quickly I can guarantee results, right? That's why I structured my whole offer, but also my delivery in a way where I can guarantee that you get very quick results, so that you get the first dopamine spike and then you want to continue working because you see that it works. All right. Then believability. Does it make sense? Then it adds value. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't add any value, right? If I'm going to sell you, let's say I'm going to sell you, what do I have laying around here? This remote control. right here. I'm going to sell you this remote control, and I'm telling you that if you hit this button, you'll get 100K on your bank account right away. If you just hit this button, that's it. You're never going to buy it because it doesn't make sense. It's not going to work. You know, it isn't believable, right? So value down. Now, if I tell you something completely else that's actually believable and you know it can work, then just make sure that the value goes up. Now, example of this one is I show my results, so it's undeniable. Why did I start here with this? So you're actually going to listen, because it's important for you to be listening to people who have gotten to the same results that you want to get to, right? If I didn't accomplish anything in business, why on earth would you listen to me? And especially, why on earth would you start working with me if I didn't accomplish anything? You're not going to work with me because it isn't believable. That's why I show screenshots, results, that it actually happened. You can actually see the numbers, right? So that's why I do that. Where were we here? So also, this is another business I'll show you right now. This is day 0, July. We made $0 in the first month when I came in. This was where the business was at. Within the first month, we did 67.4K euros, which is, I don't know, 85K dollars or something. And in the second month, so by day 60, we had collected 207,000 euros again in this single month, right? So from scratch in 2 months, 2 months, we actually collected about like 300K dollars, right? So, and it's undeniable. I'll show you here. These are actual screenshots that actually happened, right? These are the calls. This is the money that came in. It's all here, right? So that's why I show you. Oh, and this is the business I was talking about again, where we went from 20K to 150K in 4 months. This is that business from when we started. 9 months after that, we collected well over $600,000, right? This is yours again. You can convert it to dollars. It's well over 600,000. Okay. So, makes sense? Yes, it makes sense, because this guy showed me that he actually did it and he actually has clients and results, everything. So believability goes up, value goes up as well. Makes sense? Perfect. By the way, please make sure you're actually writing this stuff down, so that you're actually going to implement this. I want you to gain real value out of this video. I want you to actually implement this so that it's going to work for you, and you're going to come back to my content, and possibly, if you're at that level, possibly work with me at some time. Okay, but it's important that you're actually gonna implement all this stuff. Otherwise, you and I both don't get anything out of it. Okay. Last thing is input. If the energy and trouble is lower, value of the offer goes up. So you want to make the resistance that you're like the energy and trouble that your client is going to put into the whole process. You want to make that as low as possible. Okay. That's very important. Now, how do I do this? I do this in 3 days max. Like I said, I actually updated this. I made this whole thing like 2 weeks ago, and I upgraded my delivery. So this is actually 2 days max. Like I said, it's done with you. So I'm going to do everything with you. If you have a question, if you don't know what to do, if you whatever, you can just text me. Like, I'm going to do the whole thing with you in 2 days. And it's one-on-one implementation. So this just reduces the friction by insane amounts, because I'm actually there with you doing this, right? So that's how I do it. And also, the other reason why I do it one-on-one is just because I would rather work with a couple very nice clients I actually want to work with, a very high ticket, instead of working with hundreds of people for a more low ticket price, because I have already played that game before. Now, this is the big difference, right? So you're gonna structure your delivery and your offer in a different way to go from this to this. It's just the packaging, the way you communicate it, the whole offer. This is what you want to create. Okay, so that's the offer part. So that's the first out of the 2 things we're gonna go over today. Ooh, where we're going. So like I said, 2 most important parts. First was this, the offer and delivery. And the second is what we're going to get to right now. Oh, I'm getting lost here. Damn. So what I do that you shouldn't do, this is what I already said, is I don't have an offer for everyone. Now, why do I do this? Because I am actually in a luxurious position where where I can actually choose my battles, right? I can choose who I work with and who I don't work with. So I'd rather have 2 or 3 or 4 clients a month that I actually enjoy working with and that pay me a lot of money instead of having hundreds of clients that don't pay me a lot of money. This is because I already have a couple of businesses and participations, and obviously the business I showed you at the beginning, which is just paying for everything. So I don't have to do this. If I wanted to make more money out of this business, what I would do is just create a different offer, a little bit different. Okay. All right, this is going to be crazy as well. So the second thing that's very important is the marketing vehicle. I'm actually going to grab some drinks. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back. The marketing vehicle. So there's a couple of choices here, and I made a nice thing here for you. You can, I don't know, screenshot it or write it down for yourself if you want to. I'll quickly go over it with you. So there's multiple ways, obviously, online to market your thing. The most important thing here is what I'm gonna get into in a bit. But first, we're gonna just have a little bit of a comparison game between all the ways to market your stuff. All right, first of all, organic content, which is what I'm doing right now. It's slow, it is unlimited, it's very scalable, and it's a very big asset. This is actually the reason I'm doing this right now, to be very transparent with you. I'm just here to build like a very big asset because I want to have a great B2B audience. And I'm just literally, I've taken in my planning, it's like a couple of years that I just want to build this to eventually just strengthen my position in every single deal I'm in. So that's that. Paid ads, medium speed. It's actually pretty quickly if you know what you're doing. The limit is unlimited. You can obviously scale this to the moon. It's very scalable as long as you know what you're doing. It's very scalable, so that's very good. And long term, it's a little bit of an asset. Like there's some data you're gonna collect. There's some like you're gonna have to crack the code in the funnel and in the paid advertising. And once you have that, that's like you could see that as a little bit of an asset, but it's like nowhere as valuable as the organic game, obviously. Now, then we have affiliates. It's medium speed, also depending on your situation and your network and everything, but it's medium speed. It's somewhat limited. It's harder to scale this. It's not like nearly as scalable as the first two, and it's a little bit of an asset, not like a great asset. And then we have cold outreach. It's very fast. You're gonna get quick results if you do it right. It's unlimited. You can email and outreach, DM, and call unlimited. And it's harder to scale because you need it's very skill based. So you need a lot of people who are very good at something in order to scale this stuff. And you're gonna build absolutely no asset. And network network slash mouth to mouth, like what? Okay, network or mouth to mouth. This is very fast. If you're actually in this game, it's very fast. It is limited. It's not like, and you have a little bit less control over it, which is not great. It's not really scalable. Like you can improve it, you can increase the mouth to mouth and the network stuff, but it's not scalable because you only know so many people, and the people you know also only know so many people, and you're not really building an asset. You're kind of, because you're building your reputation, but you're not really building an actual asset. So these are like the main marketing vehicles that I've personally used, that I've experienced with. I'm not going to talk about billboards and all that stuff because I haven't used it, so that it wouldn't make sense. I'm not going to talk about magazines. I'm not going to talk about PR campaigns or whatever because I've actually not used that, so I cannot talk about it. But these I all have used, and this is my conclusion. Now, the most important thing here is that you choose one vehicle. Okay, you choose one strategy and you stick to it to actually keep improving, to get better at it, etc., etc. So you choose a vehicle, you make a plan in time. So I'm going to do XYZ for this amount of time and increase every single day, etc., etc., etc. And then you just execute, and you just don't look back. You're just going to execute and actually make it work. All of these work. Okay, if it doesn't work for you, it's because of you. It's not because of the method. That's very important to understand. If it doesn't work, it's because of you. It's not because of the method, because your competitors are doing the exact same thing, but they do make it work. So it's not about the vehicle. It's about you. Okay, I know it's harsh, but business is harsh, I guess. Okay, so less crying, more working, more improving. So what I'm currently doing is focusing on this big time organic content, and I'm continuously trying to get better at it, better understand the social media platforms, better understand how to provide more value to you guys, better understand how to grow my audience, basically. And what you need to do is actually crack the code. So that's this part. That's what I'm doing right now with the organic marketing. So you want to crack the code, is how I call it. So you have this feedback loop where you collect. You test. Actually, you test something. So you test a new approach. So you have a plan. You know what to do. You have a strategy. You test it. So you implement it, and then you collect, and then you analyze, and then you implement something new, and then you're going to test again, collect, analyze, and it's just going to keep going like this, and you're going to improve over time. So that's the whole game. You got to be patient with it. You got to stick to it. You got to be consistent with it in order to make it work. Okay, and that just goes for all of the marketing vehicles. It's very important. So don't be like, I know it's hard like these days, especially you see young guys like me or other people, and you see how they're doing, that they have accomplished XYZ, and it all seems so quick. So you want to go for quick money as well. But the more I focus on the long term, the quicker everything comes. So that's the lesson. You focus on the long term, and then before you know it, you're looking around and you're like, wait, how do I live in this house, and how do I have this car and these friends, and do I make these trips? Like, it goes quicker the more you focus on the long term. Okay. And for your info with collecting and analyzing and everything, you want to look for numbers and emotions. That's how you actually crack the code. In other videos on my YouTube channel, I go deeper into how this works. So make sure to check that out to actually improve your funnels, improve your marketing on a consistent basis, and do it more effective than 99% of other marketers out there. Okay. Now, then you analyze it. You look for patterns. Obviously, you want to connect the dots. You implement conclusions. So you make a new strategy and you test a new approach. That's what you do until it just works and grows and does. Okay, and then the scaling part. The obviously, like, there's, so this is how you scale. You keep improving, do the same boring stuff over and over and over again until numbers go up. But also very important, like, there's three things you really need in order to properly scale. All right, first of all, numbers. Okay, business is a numbers game. You hear people talk about this, but I'm not talking about that you need to push more volume to get more out. I'm just talking about the fact that you actually want to analyze numbers and get your data, or in corporate terms, business intelligence, straight. Okay, so you need dashboards. You need to build things like these. This is actually very ugly. I totally messed this up, but this is an exponential growth process. In other videos, I'll go more in depth on how to actually do this. But it's very important to get your numbers straight to actually make data-driven decisions. You cannot just fumble around and just go left, go right based on what you think or how you feel or what you feel will work, because emotions and your thoughts are not actually going to get you there. Okay, so then it's just like playing roulette. Basically, you're just going to the casino and hoping it works. Okay, that makes no sense. Next thing is team building. You need a very strong team, and you need to wait. Is that here? No, it's not here. Okay, and you need to manage them the right way. So you actually want to do master in management. I actually forgot this, but what you want to do is you have one place. So I don't have a figure or anything for it, but you have one place where everybody works in one simple, transparent overview, right? So also this one, I go more in depth on this in other videos as well. If you want to actually talk about this, or just want to know more about what this is and how to create this, just send me a message on, let's say, Instagram or LinkedIn, or email me. No, don't email me, by the way. Don't do that. Thanks. You need to have a good vision. You need to have a good culture. Actually think about this. Make sure it's actually like on a consistent basis running through your company, and you like really need to implement PDPs. A lot of people don't know what this is. It's personal development plan, and you go over this with all your team members once every month, or every 2 months, or every 3 months, depending on how big your business is and how good you're at it. And what you basically want to do, I'll go over it very quickly. This is what a conversation looks like. So it's PDP conversations, basically, PDP meetings. First, you just small talk, build some rapport, just have fun with the people. Then you discover what people are really looking for, and what are their hobbies or goals. You want to really get to understand people and their motivation, what actually motivates them to move forward and do what they do. Then you want to dig very deep into their emotions and layers. You want to get deeper into their real why, what's important for them, what are their values, what do they want to accomplish in life, why do they work with you, what do they want to have, like their, what does their dream life look like, etc., etc. You clarify all of that, so you get the details straight and they know exactly what they want, how they want it, what they want to do in the business, what they get energy from, what they don't get energy from, etc., etc. So you really understand the people, and then you align everything. So you align the personal goals of your team members to the company goals, and you make sure that they view your business and the job that they have at your business as the ultimate way to get to their dream life. It's basically a sales call. It's very personal, and you're basically gonna sell your team members over and over again on exactly how they're gonna get to their dream life, with your with their position inside of the business as their vehicle, right? And the last thing is strategy. You need to make a proper strategy and make sure that everybody is continuously, transparently contributing to the execution of this whole thing. Okay, so you build this out. I'll quickly go over it with you guys. I'll probably, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here with the, okay. Um, okay, it's not working. Whatever. At least you just want to make sure that you have a clear strategy, an actual game plan, how you step by step, how you're gonna get to where you want to go with your business. Okay, and if you have all of that, these are the exact things I used in order to make such quick moves and go from 20K to 150K a month in just 4 months. All right. That's it. Make sure to leave a comment with what you want other videos to talk about, what you thought of this video, maybe an insight what you actually got out of this video. I'd love to hear that. A little while ago, I got a message from someone who actually loved one of the trainings I gave for free, and it just makes me blush and make me very happy to see that you guys are enjoying and are actually gaining true value out of this. I know I'm sharing a lot of stuff that people are not sharing and do not know, so I know I'm actually adding to social media, which is very nice to also get feedback on. And if you do like this and you did get a lot of value out of it, please make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you at the next video. Thanks.